And so he states, I don't know, I just don't want to be average at anything in life. In such a big world, it makes you feel like you're just a number unless you're extraordinary at something. And so if you're watching this and you don't feel that you're good enough, just be yourself, because yourself, I guarantee you this, is good enough. Coach Gregan, what exactly are bad genetics? Well, this guy, he says he has them in spades. And so it continues to baffle me just how delusional people actually are in the real world. And so I have no faith in humanity. People have absolutely no clue what they look like. Body dysmorphia, it's more prevalent than last time. People are tall, think they're short. We have 400-pound women saying they're perfect 10s and that they deserve high-value men. And so this guy's posted on my subreddit and he says, hi, I've been lifting weights for a very long time, over 7 years. And I really feel like I look terrible for that length of training, especially when I look at others in the gym or online. I put so much effort into lifting and I'm very educated about it, but I just don't seem to respond that well. And so he's 6'1", 220 pounds, he has a six-pack. Guy has more muscle than friggin' last time. And so he says he's highly educated. He reads up all about it. Well, when's the last time you read about body dysmorphia? When's the last time you watched a Coach Greg video saying to stop comparing yourself to other people? And so, yeah, sure, I get it. You're the same height as Chris Bumstead. You're only 220, and Chris Bumstead, he's closer to 250 or 260. And you've been training for 7 years, and so because you're not as good as Chris Bumstead, well, that just sucks now, doesn't it? And so here's the thing. You look better than 99% of the population. You've made greater gains than 99% of the population, but you think your gains suck. Why? Because you saw one or two guys on the internet who are better than you. And so let's educate yourself right now. You say you're highly educated about training, diet, and so on. Well, why don't you get highly educated on what's going on social media? You are seeing the top 0.1% of the best 0.1%, and so you're seeing the most amazing and dramatic physiques in the entire world. Do you really think they're going to show you mid-level physiques on your feed day after day? Or do you think you're going to see the freaks, the Sam Suliks, and so on? And so let's see what the comments are. You look incredible. What? Body dysmorphia really is a bitch. Get off social media and stop comparing yourself. Great back, awesome quads. And so let me address the elephant in the room. Do I believe that this guy's physique is natural? There is no possible way that I think that this guy achieved this physique natural. And listen to my reasoning. He thinks he has a horrible physique. He thinks he's hardly made any gains. He's highly knowledgeable on diet, nutrition, training, and so on. And despite the fact he's 6'1" and 220 pounds of muscle with a six-pack, he doesn't think it's good enough. So what do you think somebody like that who's educated would resort to doing? They're going to come to a point where they're going to say, my gains suck, I haven't done so well. And so they're going to resort to using performance-enhancing drugs. If you feel like you look like shit, you're not happy with the reflection in the mirror, and you're aware that there are things like steroids or SARMs that can help speed your rate of growth, then obviously there's going to be a major temptation to use these things. And so I personally think that this guy is not in fact natural, but even with steroids, his physique is still far above average. And so what does that mean to you who's watching this? It means that if you were to take steroids and train for 7 years, I would bet you're not going to look this good. And so what really bothers me is that people are going to watch this. They're going to see that he did this in 7 years, and they're probably going to think he did this natural, and they're going to go out and train. And in 7 years, if they don't look like this guy, they're going to remember, well, there was this guy, I saw his photo, and he's way bigger than me, probably 30 pounds more muscle, and he says his physique sucks, so mine must really suck. And so what's that guy going to do? Well, my physique really sucks. I need steroids. Because I'm comparing myself to him, he's comparing himself to Chris Bumstead, and it never ends. And so everyone starts to feel inferior. Everyone thinks they need performance-enhancing drugs to look acceptable in today's social media environment. He looks like he could hire a coach. In 3 months, he's standing on stage, possibly winning a bodybuilding competition. And so how is this bad genetics? If this is bad genetics, what kind of genetics do most people have? Weird. I think you look massive. Even your hair genetics are good. Look again, man. This post is fishing for compliments and or shows how cookbooked up social media is. And I 100% agree. Either this guy just wants to hear a bunch of people brag him up, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with somebody saying, hey, I don't think I look good. Can somebody boost my ego? Can somebody make me feel better than last time? I'm feeling depressed. I don't like my body. My girlfriend, boyfriend, circle friend broke up with me. And so I'm fishing for compliments. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with doing that. But the problem is, I don't think that's the case. I think the guy genuinely compares himself to other people on social media and thinks that he actually has bad genetics. He probably would self-assess himself as saying, oh, I have 25% body fat. I'm not lean. I don't look good. I need to go on a diet. I don't know if I should bulk or cut. What should I do? And so he states, I don't know. I just don't want to be average at anything in life. In such a big world, it makes you feel like you're just a number unless you're extraordinary at something. And so here's the problem. People think they need to be the best in the world to have any self-worth whatsoever. The problem is there's over 7 billion people on this planet, and because of social media, we live in a global village. And what that means is, back in the day, before social media, before the internet, you only knew your friends. You saw your friends and family and who lived in your neighborhood. You weren't aware of the Sam Suliks and the Chris Bumsteads unless that freak happened to live in your town. And so because of this, you never compared yourself to as many people. There were perhaps 100, maybe 1,000 guys that you could compare yourself to. And in comparison to those 1,000, it was very easy to stand out. This guy in a small neighborhood would, without question, stand out compared to everyone. Imagine his physique 100 years ago. How would he have looked? He would be one of the biggest guys you would ever meet in your entire life. But today you swipe up, down, left, right, and make circles, and you eventually find 100, maybe 1,000 guys looking better than this every single day at your fingertips. And so what happens? You compare yourself to those people and you feel bad. You don't feel special. You don't feel like you stand out in this world. But guess what? All you need to do is be yourself. You don't need to have the most impressive physique in the world. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't have to be the bravest, the tallest. You just have to be yourself. And if you be your true, authentic self, you're brave enough to be exactly who you want to be, then you are unique. You will stand out. No two people are exactly alike. Whatever it is you want to be in this world, you go out and do it. Don't try to stand out by having the biggest biceps, the biggest calves, the widest shoulders, the biggest bench press. Be yourself, and that is enough to set you apart from everyone else. No two people are alike. And so please, be yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people and be your true, unique, and authentic self. And if people don't like you for that, move along. Move on to the next one. The one good thing about the global village is you don't have to rely on friends in your immediate circle. If you don't like the people around you, find someone else. Find like-minded individuals that bring you up rather than tear you down. And so if you're watching this and you don't feel that you're good enough, just be yourself, because yourself, I guarantee you this, is good enough. Do the best you can to be your true, authentic self. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Just go out and do it and live your best life. Subscribe, click the bell button, like the video if you like it, leave a comment. Don't forget to watch one of the bloops. And of course, if you want any of the harder than last time supplements, G-Test, GO2 Max, Ecti Builder, Sequel Bars, Creatine, Protein Powder, Pre-Workout, Peri-Lite, Delta Sleep. We have so many things. Please go and head over to my website. And if you don't have money, free diet and training program, head over to my website. It's close to 50 pages. First, last name, email address, coming straight to you. And of course, the freaking cookbook, the Circle Diet book, and the training book. You see it all here. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Head over to the website, code Greg, 10% off. And until next time, I am out.